Years old, born and raised in Sydney, Manly. And I think his presence here, the fact that he took the time off school to come here and protest, to speak his mind, tells you a lot about the state of our struggle. And that is, we will never give up. No matter how many generations we have to go through, we will never give up. As Tibetans, and I suspect and I'm confident as Uyghurs, as Hong Kongers, members of the Falun Gong, we will never give up. We will outlast the CCP. We will never give up.
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 Now, he's 14. My son, I have a four-month-old son, and he's been to 2 protests already. As long as there is Tibetan blood running through Tibetan veins, our struggle will never die. Now, I'm very happy to invite Tenzin Chokra up here today to say a few words. Come up here, mate.
Test. Can everyone hear me at the back? Before I start, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, the Ngunnawal people, who are part of the oldest surviving continuous cultures on Earth. I pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. Hello, my name is Tenzin Chokra Gundaling, and I'm a 14-year-old Tibetan boy here to make a speech. Australia is a land of opportunities, happiness, and grace. It has helped hundreds and thousands of migrants, refugees, and asylum seekers. It has learned from its ancestors' mistakes and has given the indigenous custodians of this land, the Aboriginal people, their rights and freedom back. Most people would think Australia's government must be very nice and generous. But it also makes people wonder, what has Australia done wrong? That, in my opinion, is the 7th Australian-China Foreign and Strategic Dialogue. The previous one was delayed or postponed due to tense relationships between the 2 parties. As many victims of the Chinese Communist wrath, we can all confirm that China's Communist Party cannot be trusted. Us Tibetans are a great example. The Chinese promised Tibetans wealth and stability. They tricked us to make roads for their weaponry. Then they forced us to sign a 17th point agreement in 1949. 10 years later, completely disregarding the agreement, and took over Tibet anyways. The Australian government needs to understand that cooperation with the Chinese communists is pointless and will eventually end with our loss. And even if the Australian government converses with the Chinese, they should also talk about the human rights of the oppressed people in China. Not just the Tibetans, Mongolians, Hong Kongs, Taiwanese, and Turkestans, but the actual citizens in China. For example, there was an agreement between India and China, a mutual agreement of understanding and respect. It was a building blocks for friendship. That very day, the Chinese government was attacking the border of India. This is an example of why the Chinese communists are deceitful and should not be trusted. Foreign ministers of both countries are having a private chat right behind us. No press, no secretaries. It worries me. For all we know, Chinese official Wang Yi will be able to grill down Penny Wang. And I say this, Australians, wake up. Although this may be a conversation to help raise Australia's economic or social credit, this also must be weighed by the morality of this. Is it worth sacrificing the well-being and decisions of the people for a slight improvement of living? Australians, wake up. For if you realize this mistake too late, Australia will come just like Tibet. Chinese Communist Party, I urge you to realize your mistakes and try fix them. To communicate and cooperate with the victims of your invasions, so we can all converse and understand each other, to have peace and live in peace. If not, we Tibetans, along with all other people that are against the Chinese Communist Party, will continue to fight against them, to protest. For we will not rest until justice is served. Pegalo! 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 Thank you.